Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. So what you're looking at here is my shower, newly installed. I dirtied it back up with putting my trim for the windows in here. But what I'm going to do is the exposed lumber at the end of this wall, I'm going to coat with the polyurethane. And that way ensures it's waterproof, no moldy action going on. All that fun stuff. Now I still need to buy a thing of stain for all the trim and lumber, and I also recently got some pine trim that I can use for this large window. So I'm going to stain it to match every other color. We're just going to do black stain on all the window trim and go from there. So hopefully that works out good here, hides everything, and we're getting the tiny house kind of semi back together here, folks. I did catch some more water the other night when we had a brief thunderstorm roll through, which is good. No more leaks. I left that rag down there just to make sure. And other than that, we're getting there. Now I'm out of trim pieces, which sucks, so I may have to go find some more of these, because I have this area to do, this area, and a couple back, quite a few back there. Need about half a dozen pieces, I think, of trim for different areas. So I believe I bought those at Home Depot, so I'll have to go look to see if they have any more. Get 6 of those trim pieces should do me. And stain, I should do that. I should go get stain and those trim pieces wet all in one shot. I think I will do that. I'm gonna try to get a large container of stain, because only one of my walls basically has the right color that absorbed all the colors. I gotta put a screw in here, by the way, but I got the bed leaning up against there. I'll throw a screw in just so it holds to the wall, but this one needs to be basically taken down and completely stained, this trim, and all the other ones have to be all done up as well. Now guys, it is extremely hot in here. We're looking at 28.4 Celsius at 10:45. It's August the 29th, 2021. It is absolutely hellish. I'm gonna plug in my temperature probe, since I haven't plugged that guy in forever. Just to show you guys what's going on. I've been turning this into like a charging, well, it is a charging station, but turning it into a power pack charging station, because I don't have my other one yet installed. So we'll get to it. So right now, inside the tiny house, it is 84 Fahrenheit, 69% humidity, guys. It's hell in here. So the conversion of that, we're probably in the 90s. 28.9 Celsius, and this will tell me the outside temperature in just a moment, and it is horrific. Now, I've been leaving the windows open in the tiny house. I know humidity levels and such is probably not a good idea in here, but I gotta do what I gotta do at this point, really, guys. Yeah. It's a wonderful thing. So we're slowly coming along at the tiny house, but this hot weather is just killing me. I haven't turned on the AC yet. I should, but crank that up to max. But I got to turn the inverter on and such first. But I want to give you an outdoor reading, because it's been quite a while since I give you one, because I had so much crap in the way. Now that stuff's clearing out, we're doing okay. Now this piece here, I need a 4-foot section to go over here to seal this wall in. And I'm running out of options because this one was butchered from one of the back walls. This was one of the screw ups on the fireplace. We have this one has got the most potential, but it's got a cut up there, which may work because that wall's shorter. I may be using this piece here actually, so that'll work. And then this one's for that screwed up window cut as well. So we'll see. We'll see how everything turns out. Now, I had a bunch of people tell me, oops, I shouldn't be walking and talking because that makes things difficult for some of my viewers. So, oh yeah, I installed a temporary fan here for sleeping, and I'm glad I did. It's Sunday. I stayed over Friday. This fan was a lifesaver, guys. It was so warm in here because I couldn't run AC. This guy got me through the night, and it's just temporarily wired in, so it's permanently on. In the on position, I've been leaving it on 24/7, just to move hot air from the ceiling down and around to hopefully mix it and get it out of here. But anyways, Stu mentioned to maybe paint the walls, or the chase at least, white, the same color as the walls, to get rid of that blacky nasty rocker guard and foam color. And I don't blame them. Though I got to take down my wiring then, just to put a roller on here and paint it all the way down, just to make it halfway decent looking up there. Either that or just cover it up. We are bringing in 25 amps. Batteries are at 1405. And this one is under load. It's running my fridge / freezer. And so far so good there. Like to stand right underneath the fan to cool off. Ooh, yeah. Whew. It's a killer. Let's check that temperature probe. Maybe it clued in. Or maybe I need batteries out there. Oh, that sucks. Let's see. Are we on channel 1 or 2? Channel 3. Channel 1. Probably dead batteries outside. I'm assuming because of the heat. That sucks. So, let's grab the receiver and put some batteries in. Or transmitter, I should say. Yep, batteries, it is dead, so. So these were just some alkaline batteries that lasted pretty much a year almost in there, which is good. I will see what we got in terms of batteries in here. Okay. I have one more alkaline battery here. And I'll bust open this pack too and get one over there. That should get me through the winter at least. So we'll put these in and we'll start broadcasting. And we're on channel 1, it looks like, I'm assuming. This thing will populate once it's, yeah, channel 1. Reads it on there. So move this back, and I'll put this bad boy back outside, and then we'll get a reading. How about that? Eventually we will. Oh, it's on channel. There we go, channel 1. That's what we want. So I pulled the batteries out of my smoke alarm and CO detector because they were going off because of all the particles in the air from the construction. And I did that quite a while ago. But yeah. Why does it keep switching to channel 3 on this side? Oh, it's cycling through them, I guess, automatically. Weird. Alright. So I'll let that thing cycle through and then I'll show you the temp. But yeah, guys, it is, it's been a killer. Hottest month of the year, this year for sure, was August. And it normally is. However, we were hitting 120 degrees at some days this week, which is pretty crazy for us here in Canada. Now, here are my commenters that believe in the global warming stuff. A couple hot days doesn't mean there's global warming, guys, through the whole year. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work like that. It's got to be a steady increase month after month, week after week after week, and it's just not there. Like I said earlier, okay, we had roughly 2 months of hot weather here, and compared to this right now, it wasn't really hot weather. So let's say, okay, I'll give you 3 months of hot weather this summer, as opposed to the average of 2. Okay, big deal. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. It goes year by year, different cycles, all that stuff. Still doesn't mean there's global warming going on. If there was, I'd have, okay, let's say 4 months of hot weather next summer, then 5 months, then 6 months, you know, on and on and on. But it's hit or miss. Sometimes we get real hot weather, sometimes we don't. Most of the time we don't. So there you go. Yeah, so there's your proof in the pudding. Now this thing is still cycling, and I don't know why. This thing should just be popping up because it says that's on channel 1. This is searching for channel 1. Maybe I have to reset this guy by flipping the power. Whoa, easy. Easy now. That thing normally takes a while to tune in for whatever reason. I guess this thing is just cycling to try to find that radio broadcast. So what I'll do, let's do this. Shut it off. Let's restart it. Maybe it'll have an easier time of finding it then. Sometimes computers are goofy like that when they just need a good restart, if you know what I mean. Oh, there's the Wi-Fi signal. It shows it. There it is. That's what it needed, a reset. Okay, so outside is 31.8 degrees Celsius at 58% humidity. It's 70% humidity in here. It's hellish. Whoops. Fahrenheit, please. There we go. So it's 89.2 Fahrenheit outside at 58% humidity. 84.7 Fahrenheit inside at 70% humidity. I'm guessing it's hotter in here than outside when you do the conversions with the humidity. Just a guess. So finally got that, guys, up for you. Back and going. Sweet. Alright, so to be honest, guys, if I don't get the air on shortly, I'm going to think about leaving. Because I got plenty of time to get the rest of this stuff done at the tiny house. I think I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'll just polyurethane this with the brush, and I'm going to bail. As sad as that is, I will, because it's too damn hot, and there's plenty of days ahead of me. You know, Plenty of days coming. So I can polyurethane that, shoot out to Home Depot, get the trim pieces, and get the stain, and then I'm good. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'll leave the camera here. So see you on the next one. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Caught some water. No leaks this time after fixing up the, tightening up the hose there. So we're about just to this bar level, which is quite a bit of water. Because that is a large tank, 250 gallon tank. So there you go. Water's coming in so much cleaner with my new rock filter setup up there. You can see a lot less debris for sure. Shower glued and installed. Before I left, I put a polyurethane coating on this lumber that's facing the shower, just in case, to waterproof it. And I think that'll be a good area to hang towels off of. Just right in here in this cubby corner. We can do that. I still haven't gone to the hardware store to get stain or trim, but that is on the agenda today, later on. Also got some work that I have to go do. Picked up some jobs, which is fantastic. Get some money flow coming in. So anyways, today, in the little time I have, I'll show you outside what I did. I already I got the Eternal Bond tape, and here it is here. I basically already used it up, well, a decent amount of it, to finish off the back door here. So what I did was I sealed all the seams all the way down, and down the bottom, down the center. Now obviously I didn't do around the hardware attachments, but I'm really not worried about that because, you know, it's a sealed wall. It's never gonna get access to the tiny house because it's all foamed in and whatever, so I think we're gonna be fine. And this door doesn't open anyways, so things are looking up. Pretty bright out here. I left my sunglasses indoors. It has finally cooled down. The humidity has left us, which is excellent. And I got my dad's solar setup going over there. He's enjoying it. Basically, he just bought a single 100 watt Renogy solar panel, and they're quite light, and they've come a long way actually in their design. Quite small, quite light, quite inexpensive. So he's running, he just bought Deep Cycle AGM, not a lithium, lead acid, and he used one of my black charge controllers, the PWMs, the cheapies, and one of my cheapy mod sine wave inverters. And he's basically running lights and a radio. And eventually he wants me to convert his little wall furnace fan from 120 volts to 12 volt. So we'll be doing that later on once he decides we need it. So pretty comfortable in here. I got the windows open. Still a lot to do, guys. I kind of wanna get some paint for the tiny house and get some stain in those trim pieces before I do anything further. It's kind of priority for me, because why would I put everything back on the walls and then have to pull it all back to paint again. So you can see why I need the trim, because I want to have all the trim up so I can paint over the trim as well to hide the screw holes. And it'd be nice to paint before I put my wood trim in. That way I don't have to worry about avoiding the trim with the paint. And this should be a basic easy install to roll this on. I don't have to worry about the ceiling because I can just roll straight up. The bottom I just have to worry about hitting the floor. Now, one area I wanted to change up was I wanted to paint from this all the way up and keep this completely black. Now the only thing that will look kind of weird in that position is if I stop here. But if I go all the way to this corner, make that all black, 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 this trim is going to be black stain as well. I think that's the answer. I just need a couple more trim pieces to do all that. Oh, but speaking of trim pieces, my aunt and uncle, the one that was in the hospital, he's out, and they want to downsize their house now because it's too much for them to take care of anymore. So they got rid of a lot of stuff lately, and I got some knotty pine for free from them for helping out, because I've been busy helping them out. So these are long enough pieces that I can finally get this damn trim done around this ugly window. So cut and trim around this, and I think we're gonna be good to go, guys. I'm liking that idea. Now I think for the trim pieces, they're just gonna go on the flat, and I'll just paint them as far as I can tell. That's how it's gonna roll for this thing. So I can at least do that today, get that trim sorted out, get our measurements and all that fun stuff, and then stain the pieces and keep them off to the side until the wall's painted. But then again, this is going to be painted black. This little section near the fireplace will be all black, and just to match the fireplace and kind of change the dynamic of the room. I'm no interior decorator, but having this whole, just from this corner this way to this corner, this edge, black, I think would look decent. And then maybe have the bathroom another color, maybe have the bedroom another color, and go from there. Something like that. I don't want to get too invested in a whole crap ton of paint though, because the price of paint right now, as well as everything else, is absolutely insane. So if I can get a sweet deal on some black paint that matches that, I think we'll be okay. Just saying. Don't want to blow the budget here too badly. I'm working with a tight budget on this project, that's for sure. So that should be the last of the Eternal Bond tape that I need. I have plenty left over in case anything pops up. If I find whatever's up on that roof that's causing that leak, I will use the Eternal Bond tape. That simple. Other than that, I think we're looking good, guys. No water leaks. Okay. The only leaks we had are in those containers back there, and that was it. Everything else is now sealed in the tiny house inside and out, and we're catching way more water too now that I sealed the gutter system up. So we've gone from down to like a quarter of that water to quite a bit in one rainfall. That's a decent amount of water. I'm loving it. Now, I still have to get rid of all these foam pieces. My dad's going to use some to build a box for his battery, and he already bought off me a USB heater mat for his battery, which I said he's going to need to keep his battery functional over there in the wintertime. He's going to have to use some of these pieces to build a box for his battery. We'll put the put the heater pad underneath the battery. I may even give them some Mylar to wrap it on the insides of the battery box, just to keep the heat moving around inside there, so it doesn't dissipate anywhere else. I think that's the answer there, myself, but I think that'll work. So good to go. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, guys. So here we go. We got the trim pieces cut and measured. I just got to get some stain now. I got them to fit around the window here, so that'll be sweet. I got to head out about quarter to 1, and it is closing in on noon, I think, right now. Yeah, it is. So it's quarter to noon, so I can't do much more here. It's another one of these days that is, I can get a little bit done, then I gotta leave and do the rat race once again. So it is what it is. At least the temperatures are coming down now. We're basically in fall now, September. And glad I got all this stuff done. It took me most of the summer to get done. With all the lockdowns and craziness going on, I was hunkered down in here picking away at the tiny house to save it. Now that it's dried in, sealed, I think we're good to go. Other than I will continue to look around to see where the water is infiltrating in the below the solar panels. That's going to be the trickiest part, and I have plenty of Eternal Bond left to seal it up, so that's a bonus. So like I said, guys, I don't have very much time left here to do much. I also got in contact with that lady that bought the wind turbine from me. She has yet to come get it, even though she's already paid, and she still owes me, I think, $200 for the rest of the gear over here that she's going to be picking up as well. So hopefully she remembers all that. She's going to text me when she's ready, I guess. She's just getting her off-grid community way up north set up before winter, which means she needs months and months of work to get that done. Because if not, it'd be a hellish existence up there. Anyways, I got to get stuff packed up and ready to rip, because we got to head out and get this job looked at, taken care of, get paid. And while I'm out, I'm going to hit the Home Depot, get some trim, get some stain, possibly some paint if it's on sale. I don't know if it will be. I doubt it. The price of everything is just insane. I may hold off on the paint. I don't know. But stain and trim definitely. Alrighty, guys, so I got some black stain here, and we're going to be using it here on this. I just set up this platform again that I polyurethaned everything on. I got all the wood trim here pieces. So I'm going to put everything down, put the camera on slow-mo, and we will record me staining everything. Cable news, journalism, the radio. Hey guys, Rob from the Awkward Tiny House. So you guys just seen me finish painting the chase, both sides of the tiny house, with some leftover paint that I grabbed from my parents, which was fantastic because price of paint is out of my reach at this point. I'm waiting for my stain to continue to cure so I can flip all these pieces over, and then I can hit the other side. It's still a little tacky, so that's why I decided to get in here and paint. Now this is only the first coat because you can still see some black bleeding through here. So I'm going to use up the rest of this paint and continue this way for my second coat, because that's where I started. So I'm going to get 2 coats on as much as I can with whatever paint I have left over. And I have 2 more containers of paint, so I should be decent. That won't do the entire tiny house, but get a majority done, I think. So I'm waiting on, I went to Home Depot, got the stain. They did not have my trim, which was pretty brutal. So I went to Home Hardware. They have some trim, but I gotta have it exactly match up to the old stuff or it won't look right. So one of those predicaments, whether or not I can even get that trim. So I may just end up painting and just Mickey Mouse and some other kind of trim for it. I don't know, we'll see. Sucks, but like I said, I'm gonna get going on second coat on this side, work my way back, use up whatever paint I have left in the tray, and go from there. So see you guys later. Hey guys, Rob from the Awkward Tiny House. Right behind me you can see that rust mark in the ceiling. Right up here. Something is rusting in between the spray foam and the roof. Not good. You can see it there. Water stain, I guess you could call that. I'm assuming it could be possibly coming from the skylight that was done over and somehow going through here. I'm not entirely sure, but the containers seem to be doing their job and holding everything up. I gotta put the towel back up before I leave. Second coat is on. Now this color is a little more beigey than white, but it's what I had and what I was free, so I can handle that. Cleans that chase area up, especially when I start rehanging all the wires and running wires down either side. Should be okay. So, update. Went through, I got about halfway down with the paint, second coat on this side of the tiny house, and then I ran out. I got 2 more cans that I can open and use up, so that's fine. That'll probably get me down and back again one more time. I'll do that tomorrow. Staining, once I finished painting, using up my paint, I jumped outside, flipped the stained wood over, and stained the rest of the exposed spots. And it actually says on there, after you stain it, you can add some of that polyurethane, which I have, to lock it in permanently. So I may do that still, so maybe that'll be a tomorrow job. Put some polyurethane on all that wood, make it waterproof. Sounds good to me. And then once all that stuff's done, we'll be closing in on Friday. I'll be staying over. Very awesome temperatures. Haven't needed the air conditioner now for a while. So just got all the windows open, got the fan running. That'll help dry and cure everything up. So should be good. I was helping my dad a bit over at his trailer. He installed a new window that he got for free. Now it's not not the window you're thinking. It was a bathtub glass door. He's got 2 of those, and they're fairly long and narrow pieces, so he built little tracks for them. Basically built his own window frame for it to sit in. Then we installed it, and gives him a lot more light in there for sure. Now he's going to be converting over his furnace fan. We're going to be converting those over to 12 volt computer fans, because it's going to be way less harsh on his setup over there, because he's just got a small solar setup. And he runs his radio like nothing, doesn't even tickle the battery. His lights tickle the battery a little bit, but the main thing is that fan. And since he only has a mod sine wave inverter, I said, well, you might as well just get rid of the 120 volt fan. We'll wire in some 12 volt fans, and it'll last a hell of a lot longer than that. So that is the plan. So lots going on at the tiny house, guys. Now I'm going to show you back this way. The mess continues. I'm going to probably end up painting this back wall to match this color. Paint this entire wall just to clean that up, and probably will leave it once it's painted as is. Same here. I may paint over above the shower head. Well, you jump into the shower, paint down here just to brighten it up, freshen everything up, make it look half-assed, you know. And then if I can find the rest of these trim pieces here that I need, they're just flat PVC pieces of flat molding, basically strips. So one here, oh, 2 there, 1 by the fireplace, 1 by that corner, and then 2 more probably down there on that side wall where I gotta wire in stuff still. Then I can paint. I'm gonna paint right over the trim, paint the walls, the whole deal. Still haven't decided if I'm changing colors yet. I do want to make this whole area black, just this side of the tiny house where the stove is. So go from like all this black to about where this ends, right here, all black. That way this whole area is black, this side will be white, just to go with the flow with the barrel stove, wood stove area, center of the place. Tell me what you guys think about that. All I know is ever since using the rock filter outside, basically a stainless steel strainer. I don't know if that's exactly stainless steel up there, could be knockoff Chinese crap, but dollar store bag of river rocks, and I think that strainer came from the Dollarama, and it was maybe $2-3 bucks. I don't even know if it's stainless, guys. I praying it is. Otherwise we're gonna have rust stains in the tank, but I can easily take it out anyways if it isn't. But for like $5 bucks basically total, I built a pre-filter, all natural pre-filter. We're using river rocks, channeling all my gutter water through river rocks, then into my particle filter, and it's made huge difference on clarity of the water. Huge monster difference. And I've already treated the water with bleach down there, so no worries there. The project is coming along. I'm trying to get all the stuff done that I can do with the windows open and a lot of the outside work, so staining, painting, trying to get all that wrapped up, because, you know, wiring I can do in the winter all the live long day in here, do wiring, not a big deal. But when it comes to paint and stuff, I want windows open, I want no fumes, you know, the whole 9 yards, right? So that's what we're dealing with. And I'll crack this window a little bit better. There we go. So my battery has been overvolting most of the day because I'm really not running much other than the fridge, the fan, and charging some stuff. I didn't even throw the inverter on today because I was too busy working. No need. So 2 cans left of paint. They're one's eggshell and one's I used. They're gonna be close enough that I don't care, basically. Oh, above the door when I was up here, I noticed I could see daylight through this crack here. So what I did, since that is outside air coming in, I spray foamed the whole seam up above, and you can see it coming through here. This might be due for another hit in that corner, but I foamed all this so no air is infiltrating through the chase and keeping all the bugs and critters out, hopefully. The stain is, I'm just going to leave that stuff out tonight to dry. Some of this may need another coat, so that's fine. I got leftover stain plus another can of stain, so I can use it for whatever I need to do, staining in here, any touch-ups, whatever. Not a bad thing to have. And it was on sale, $13 a can. And that one can did quite a lot of the work, so I was shocked. But it looks a lot nicer. It's getting there. It's getting there. I want to get, you know, the walls obviously done, wired. I'm gonna have to run a wire into this thing and just finish this wall panel so I can get rid of the rest of these wall panels, seal that up, and go from there. And then once that's done, I can really start running wires all the way down to the end and back. Now I'm going to be running a variety, guys, so I'm going to be running 120 volt, which will be off the inverter here. This is my like main surge protector hub for 120 volt connections. And I'm going to be running a few of those down there. A lot of 12 volt down there because I got to run the pump. I got to run the hot water tank. The on-demand hot water tank. And what else? Probably run a bunch of 5 volt USB connectors down there too as well. Still iffy on lighting setups still, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. I'm gonna bring the ladder back here and just stuff the rag up there, just precautionary to get any more drips. I put the containers back already, but as I come back tomorrow and paint, I will have to remove them temporarily, put them back, screw all my wiring back up, and go from there. I haven't been using the Starlink for months, but I've been paying the bills, so yeah, that's been fun. Though, you know, the good luck everybody's had these last couple years with how hellish it is, I'm not surprised this happened to the tiny house. Everything just fell apart and leaked, and I had to rip everything apart to get back to where I was before that. So at least I know everything's pretty much sealed heavily outside and inside, other than the mystery leak up above here. What I can do is touch this area up with paint, bluish paint, light blue paint, and light blue all this bleachy, rusty mark here. All this is from the bleach, this rusty looking stuff, because when I sprayed bleach up here, obviously got some on the foam. This, however, I did not spray, and this has just been a gradual thing of nasty. Now there's like a hump here where there could be possible water. There's humps here where possible water buildup. I don't know exactly. I've had a leak directly here at one time where there's water dripping straight down right in front of my lithium power pack, which was I think Tim Cat mentioned that was a condensation deal. Never seen it again though, which is weird. But then again, who knows what's going to happen this winter as we continue on. Wonderful. So I am going to pack up for the day, and I'm going to leave everything on. Been leaving this fan on 24/7. I'm going to leave these guys charging 24/7. And then I'll be back for painting and staining again tomorrow, if need be. So is what it is. My fridge isn't cycling as often now that it's actually frozen the big 2 liters that I put in the bottom of that thing. So now it kind of self-maintains its temperature, which is sweet, and doesn't cycle as much, so it doesn't use any power, as much power. So that's a bonus. So this guy's pretty much pooched for the winter, but he's permanently going to stay here for the winter. This is permanent now. So is what it is. Oh shit, I forgot to take this guy out to stain him. Oh my god, I just saw that on camera live with you guys. I got to take that 2x all that trim off and stain it. That'll be tomorrow. I ain't doing it now. To remember to take this off, because this didn't stain proper. It was too watery of a stain that I had left over in one of the used cans. And this guy's not bad, but I should take him off as well and do these edges that were never done. So I may take him off, and I definitely have to take him off and stain him tomorrow, so that's okay. So lots of staining and painting to do. I'd like to thank all my Patreon members for financing this project and helping me continue here on YouTube land. Without your guys' support, I wouldn't be able to buy any of this basically equipment to get everything done. Now, the only thing I really bought was the stain and the paint we had at my parents' house. So I'm resourceful at finding stuff, and finding stuff cheap if possible. Frugal, right? You gotta be resourceful nowadays, especially with the price of everything, guys. Woo! But I've gotten pretty good at that with this project, the tiny house, so not too shabby. So, you know, a couple more coats of paint. I think it's gonna look pretty snazzy in here. Not too bad. Not too shabby. So, other than that, we'll see you guys next time. It is 4:30 and is September the 1st, 2021. Now, if you're wondering, what do you mean it's September the 1st? The video came out today at whatever date on YouTube. Well, that's because Patreon members get all my content live when they are subscribed for $1 a month. So as soon as I get done filming, I go upload for them. They get everything first, ad-free, and they also get a credit in all my future videos as long as they stay subscribed. So if you guys are interested in doing that, feel free to drop me a line. Definitely. It's a slow process, guys, especially with my budget, and you know, my awesome Patreon members can only give so much because it's tough times, but I appreciate all the money they contribute over here to help me get through this. And It's been a struggle. You guys seen it firsthand. So if you want to help support me, guys, consider becoming a Patreon member. There you go. Alrighty. We'll see you guys on the next one.